studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports, and welcome to a Thursday, the 8th day of January for 2026. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, up and Adam here today, ready to get your day started the right way with all of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. The Nebraska women's basketball team, they're back on the floor tonight. Tough one with the Indiana Hoosiers at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Got some comments coming up from Husker head coach Amy Williams on the program today. By the way, tip-off for the game tonight will be at 7 on Big Plus. The Nebraska men's basketball team, they'll play at Indiana on Saturday. Hastings College basketball team's victorious yesterday. They were on the road in Forest City, Iowa to take on the Waldorf Warriors. The women winning at a rout, 114-64. Meanwhile, the men picked up their second straight conference win with a 91-80 win over Waldorf. We'll talk plenty about that on the show here today. High school basketball, some good matchups tonight. Of course, the two rivals that get together at Hastings High is Adams Central will play the Tigers tonight beginning at 6. Also a good one over at the Chapman Gym tonight is Sandy Creek will take on Hastings St. Cecilia. College football playoff semifinals will get started tonight with Miami playing Ole Miss. The other semifinal game tomorrow night will pit Oregon up against Indiana. We'll talk about that this morning. Some news and notes out of the NFL and a lot going on here this morning as you join us at the breakfast table, so to speak, on this Thursday morning as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. I see that you must have got the office memo today. We're wearing red today.
Oh, okay.
We're color coordinated today. Very nice.
I was like, are you also fully shaved and bald on the top too? Because that's what I did yesterday. Got the razor out, and as long as I was shaving the head, I was like, well, we might as well shave the face too. So
yeah, you've got a clean face this morning. Very nice.
New year, new me. New opportunity to screw it all up.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome. I'm back. I'm back from Forest City, Iowa. You know what?
What time did you get in?
That is a long way. That's a long way.
Yeah.
Back home.
It is.
At night. I got back about 1:30 or so.
Nope. Nope.
Crawled into the bed for a couple of hours and back at him. Might try to sneak in a quick nap this morning before I get ready for basketball tonight. So, yeah, it was a short night. I'm glad we only have to go up there one time a year for basketball.
Yeah.
On my trip home, as I was bouncing down the road, I thought, hell, next year I've got to come up here twice because football team will play up there this fall.
Mm-hmm.
And then the basketball team will have a home and a home again with Waldorf next year. So the 2026-2027 season, I'll get to go to Waldorf twice. I was thinking I've got to have a friend of mine that is a pilot of some sort.
There you go.
To fly us into Clear Lake. They got to have an airport. I didn't see it, but they got to have an airport.
I guess, I don't know. I was thinking, why do we need a team 10 hours away in the conference? But
I've always thought that when we had Jamestown. Jamestown, when we had to go up there, that was 2 hours longer.
Yeah.
It was 2 hours longer than the trip I was just on. I thought this was kind of a long trip home last night. But anyway, we made it. Broncos coming up with a couple of wins on the road yesterday as they prepare for their games on Saturday at Morningside. As far as the transfer portal news, I was digging last night on the way home as I was riding in the bus. Huskers were quiet yesterday. in the transfer portal news? There was not a whole lot going on yesterday. Or did I miss something?
No, I didn't see anything. Nothing big coming across the desk. Like I said, we talked about the line, some of the big boys that are going to be on the offensive and defensive lines yesterday. A little bit more analysis. A lot of people are diving into the numbers like we did yesterday on this UNLV quarterback, and they're liking what they're seeing. Again, like just because we pluck a quarterback out of the transfer portal doesn't mean he's going to be QB1 right off the bat.
TJ is still here.
Right. Let's temper our expectations a little bit. It's not like we're going to just give this guy the rock in game one and have him go out there. I mean, he's going to have to earn the starting job. But at the end of the day, like I said, a lot of people are getting kind of excited about what this guy's got to offer. But yeah, as far as news in terms of signees and who's coming in, it was pretty quiet yesterday.
I told you yesterday I thought Nebraska would bring in another quarterback, maybe two, before the transfer portal window closes. I didn't see that yesterday. It's not that they're not working on that behind the scenes. We could see something today regarding that. But, the Husker transfer portal news was pretty quiet yesterday.
I'm going to tell you something that I don't want this to be like shock and awe if it happens. But the longer that Dylan goes without finding a home,
I know.
The longer Dylan goes without finding a home,
I know what you're thinking.
I have a feeling he boomerangs right back to Nebraska. And I would not be surprised if we don't bring back on Dylan Raiola after he explored the transfer portal and couldn't find a suitable spot. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes running right back to Coach Matt Rule.
Emma Johnson did.
Yep.
Last year
You can do it.
He popped into the portal for a couple of weeks and then he popped
Dipped
back.
His toes in.
I read that. Yeah, I read that a couple of in other instances just this morning.
Yep.
Where some, I think the Michigan quarterback was in the portal for a while.
Bryce Underwood, yeah.
Yep, he's back out. He's going to stay at Michigan. So it happens, and I'm with you. I got a funny feeling that Raiola could be coming back. I don't have any sources telling me that, but you just get that funny feeling. The quarterbacks are starting to fall here and there, signing with making commitments to different teams, and Dylan Raiola, either A, people don't think he's worth what he's asking, or B, there's a plan B, and Dylan could end up back at Nebraska. What do you folks think? That'd be something that we can chime in on this morning. Give us a call at 402-834-1330. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line, or you can leave us a message on our social media sites. We're monitoring those comments as usual here this morning. What do you think about maybe bringing back Dylan Raiola?
And would you be okay with it?
Yeah. Some people, I think, would have a beef about that. Other people, if we beef up our offensive line like it looks like we are, we added plenty of beef with a couple of commitments we told you about yesterday. 650 pounds of beef up front. Maybe that can help out to Dylan Raiola and let Dylan Raiola and TJ Lateef and our new guy that we got committed, let them battle it out for the number one spot at quarterback next year. So, anyway, you got some thoughts on that? Give us a call. We're got plenty of time to chat with you here this morning on Huddle Up. A couple other news and notes I wanted to get to. We talked about all the openings in the NFL. One job that is not going to be open is at Tampa Bay. Buccaneers head coach Todd Bowles will be returning for the 2026 season. Tampa Bay finished 8-9 this year, putting Bowles' record as the team's head coach at 35-33 in 4 seasons. He is 1-3 in the postseason, but evidently he got the vote of confidence yesterday from the powers to be. Todd Bowles will be coming back as the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2026.
One of those teams that was a few injuries away from putting it together. Bucky Irving going down for 10 weeks in the middle of the year, and your running game essentially being next to nothing, forcing Baker to go out through the air. Mike Evans didn't have a healthy year. If they're healthy, Tampa's a scary team to deal with in the NFC South. So no reason to get rid of a head coach for injury concerns. They'll rebuild next year and do it over again. That's the Tampa Bay way. A couple comments coming in about the Raiola situation. Dennis Rosno saying absolutely no chance. And your broadcast buddy Jim Purcell says nope. Lots of luggage coming back with Raiola. I don't know. I mean,
why hasn't he signed yet? Why hasn't he committed anywhere?
If he is this star quarterback, heir apparent, golden arm, trophy-winning quarterback that everybody says he is, and he hits the transfer portal, my expectation is that programs would drop what they're doing to go sign him. But nobody has. And to that end, that makes me think that maybe his experiment by dipping his toes in the water hasn't really been as fruit-bearing as he was hoping for, and that he waddles back to Coach Rule in Nebraska, we'll take him. Absolutely, we'll take him. Yeah, with an improved offensive line and a pocket passer, I'd give him another shot.
We've got to have another quarterback or two in the room because we lost a couple of quarterbacks. So, yeah.
So don't sell my Raiola gear, ? It was on clearance at Shields over the weekend.
Yeah, I would hold on to it.
Absolutely.
Don't take it to Goodwill yet. Don't take it to your local Goodwill store yet. I'd see another month or so, see what happens.
I know a couple people are absolutely against the idea, but I can totally see it happening.
As the days go on, I think the chances are more realistic.
Yep.
As the days linger on. The New Orleans Saints preparing to move on to the next season with our man Tyler Shuck as their starting quarterback.
Nice work.
In 2026. Remember we
couldn't figure out his name.
We couldn't figure out his name most of the season.
He actually put up some pretty decent numbers.
Yeah, he was the second-round draft selection in 2025. He went 5-4 as the Saints starting quarterback after taking over for your main man, Spencer Rattler.
Let's go.
In November, he completed 67.6% of his passes for 2,384 yards, 10 touchdowns. He ran for 3 touchdowns and threw just 6 interceptions. So the Saints evidently have found their man, at least for now. Tyler Shuck will enter the 2026 season as QB1 for the New Orleans Saints.
Spencer Rattler was so bad. I know that you always say my man next to Spencer Rattler.
Because you went out and got him in our fantasy football draft.
Hey, everybody takes a flyer on somebody like that, especially when you're dealing with a quarterback injury situation like I had. It was Rattler's first go. I was willing to give and roll the dice for some rookie magic. It was a really bad roll of the die. I'm willing to look that and eat that crow now. But we can drop the your man Spencer Rattler before saying Spencer Rattler, I think at this point 2 years down the road, shall we?
All right, Spencer Rattler is off of your list. A couple of guys that are declaring for the NFL draft is Ohio State star safety Caleb Downs. He's leaving school early and declaring for the NFL draft. He was projected as a top 10 pick in most of the ESPN draft boards and everything that's come up here. The last safety to be picked in the top 10 was Jamal Adams. He was the number 6 pick of the New York Jets in 2017. Downs, a pretty good dude at Ohio State. He earned the Jim Thorpe Award as the top defensive back in college football. So he is bypassing his senior season at Ohio State. He'll enter the NFL draft this year. And also Alabama's quarterback, Ty Simpson. He's projected to be among the first quarterbacks selected in this year's NFL draft. He's passing up his senior year of college. He's turning pro. Simpson completed 64.5% of his passes this year, 3,567 yards, 28 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, leading the Crimson Tide to an 11-4 record. So Ty Simpson, quarterback for Alabama, and Caleb Downs, the safety for Ohio State, both bypassing their final year of college eligibility and moving on to the NFL draft this year.
That's a step backwards in your career. You're making less money by going to the NFL. Did you see those figures that came out with the average rookie NFL draft, or the average rookie quarterback that gets drafted in the NFL is making less than what Braden Sorsby is going to be making at Texas Tech?
I can believe that.
Braden Sorsby, Cincinnati quarterback, he got the call to go over to Texas Tech to be their new quarterback. Texas Tech's paying more than the average rookie salary for a quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, so I don't know why these guys are bypassing.
Why would you declare early?
Year. Yeah.
I get it. Now, obviously, I think that if we dive deep into the NIL numbers and figures and money behind it, my guess is that it's quarterback or bust in terms of the NIL distribution. I think the people that are making these $1 million contracts. Speaking of that, we'll get to that in a second. I want to bend your ear on that. But the ones that are signing the $1 million deals are the quarterbacks. I don't think that they're necessarily the receivers or running backs or defensive backs. So I could probably see Ohio State if you're a projected first rounder. But if you're a quarterback in college football, stay there. You're going to make way more money. Let's get to this news and note. This came across our friends group chat yesterday, and I believe that we're going to start seeing a lot more of this. Washington, the Huskies, they plan to pursue legal avenues to enforce Desmond Williams' contract after he signed what the university is calling a legally binding revenue share contract. This is per Yahoo Sports. Williams agreed to a new deal with the Huskies 4 days before announcing that he would enter the transfer portal. The university has been in contact with the Big Ten. So now they're getting these college players to sign contracts with them. Mike Will, where are we headed?
Wow. Yeah, I saw that come through yesterday. I think there was another school that is in the same boat. I don't know. You're signing NIL deals with schools.
It involves money.
Yeah, it involves money, and anytime it involves money, you know what? You better have a contract. Was that the UNLV quarterback? Isn't that the reason he left UNLV is because he was promised X dollars. And
the promises didn't develop.
Yeah, the promises didn't develop, so he...
Just like my job in Broken Bow.
Yeah, he take this job and stick it up your butt, and he's out of there. Yeah, I don't think that's unreasonable to ask these players now to sign a contract. It's getting more and more like the NFL, and and we talked about it all year. Matt talked about it all year about the college football game becoming more and more like the NFL. It certainly is right on the doorstep now. I think the next step that college football needs to take is the salary cap, and we've talked about that. They got to adapt some sort of a salary cap, much like the NFL, to keep this thing under control. Because this is the way college football is going to be now. We've already started headed down the path.
You can't close the door.
No, we can't close the door and turn back and do what we did before. This is the way college football is going to be now, as we know it, for as long as I can see into the future. This is the way college football is going to be, having contracts
the Oracle,
and NIL
Mike
deals.
Will.
Well, how far can we see? Maybe next year.
Literally.
Yeah. But anyway, this is the way of college football. So having contracts, running it like the NFL, that's all right with me. But I think our next step is we got to have a salary cap on some of these teams. We can't continue to go out and spend just an infinite amount of money signing some of these guys to college football.
I agree wholeheartedly.
All right, college football playoff continues tonight. Semifinals. I didn't know it was on a Thursday. I thought it was Friday, Saturday, but it's
Thursday, Friday
this week. The Fiesta Bowl is tonight. Glendale, Arizona. Miami will play Ole Miss tonight. Then the other semifinal game tomorrow will have Oregon playing Indiana, which means our Blazing Five is not until tomorrow, so we cannot pick the Ole Miss Miami game. I was hoping to do that because I really like Miami. I really like Miami. Okay. They beat Ohio State last week, 24-14 in the quarterfinals. The Rebels, they knocked off Georgia, 39-34. As we mentioned, Oregon and Indiana will play tomorrow night in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. So I like Miami and I like Indiana.
I wouldn't mind if you put your picks in like right now. And you could lock in Miami. You could say that you're going to pick Miami and then like lock that in and then throw it on the Blazing Five tomorrow, like as stated yesterday.
I don't even know what the line is.
Miami's a 3.5-point favorite.
Wow.
Surely that's not enough to bump you off the line.
That half a point scares me.
Right?
That half a point scares me. What's the line tomorrow for Oregon, Indiana?
Same. Indiana, 3.5-point favorite.
Oh, wow. Again, that half a point scares me. I think these games are going to be close.
And I think tomorrow is the national championship. I'll say it right now. Tomorrow is the national championship.
You don't think Miami or Ole Miss has a chance at winning the national championship?
No.
Oregon and Indiana in the Peach Bowl tomorrow in Atlanta. Then the two winners will play for the national championship on Monday, January 19th in Miami. But you think the championship game is tomorrow night between Oregon and Indiana?
I do. Best offenses, best defenses, best football teams, best football players. Across the board, Jimmy's and Joe's, Indiana and Oregon is the better football matchup. And I think we're going to see that on display tomorrow night.
Ryan Martin is pedaling in my boat this morning. Yeah, him and I are in the same boat.
I'm gonna go. I don't know. I guess I don't care about this Miami Ole Miss game tonight because I think the national championship's being played Friday. But I'm rooting heavy for the Ducks. I can't stand Indiana. I already told you I can't stand Indiana. I don't like Kirk Stagnetti. He's got a punchable face.
Yeah, you were going to punch him in the face.
The way he carries himself is just so muckish. I can't stand him.
Yeah, he looks a little conceited to me.
He is a little conceited. He told an entire stadium full of people to Google his name. Plus, I'm pissed at what he's doing because what he's doing is exactly what I've wanted to do with Nebraska football for the last 3 years, and we haven't been able to do it. And he turns Indiana, who was far worse than we were, program standpoint at the time, and they're essentially going to be playing for a national championship.
Yeah, Indiana.
Incredible.
Indiana's a football school.
Right, and we're a basketball school.
Yep. Yep.
That makes total sense.
So, anyway,
I'm leaning Miami, Oregon.
You're Miami, Oregon?
Yeah.
I'm on Miami, Indiana. Ryan Martin is on Miami, Indiana. He's already chimed in. You got your thoughts? You can chime in on our social media sites. What do you think about the national?
I'm with you though. The half point could be deadly. As far as betting this playoff weekend, that half point is deadly.
we got our Blazing Five. If we're not going to take any of the college football games, that means we're going to be heavy on the NFL this week.
Well, I think it's safe to say I'll take the Ducks.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
So you're already tipping your cap for one of your picks? The Oregon Ducks?
Well, my cap's backwards, but yeah. Other than that, I'd tip it.
Yeah, and then we got the NFL playoffs. They're going to start this weekend. Playoffs? We're at the playoffs already?
Playoffs?
Anyway, they start this weekend as well. So that'll be part of our Blazing Five tomorrow, 7:30. That means I got to work that into my schedule today. God, I'm not going to get a nap taken. My schedule
for the love of God, take a nap.
I'm not going to get it done. By the time I do my morning routine this morning, I got to figure out my Blazing Five. I've got prep to do for tonight's Adams Central Hastings High games.
Do you have Gino with you tonight?
I don't know, probably.
Then have Gino just poke you every time you nod off.
And
Second half here, the basketball game.
By the time I hop in the shower and get all prettied up for the day, it'll be time to go to the gym.
Just have Gino poke you.
If I fall asleep. Don't worry, I won't fall asleep tonight. It's Adams Central Hastings High.
It's a great game, great atmosphere.
It's going to be, just throw the record books out because Hastings High boys, I think they're still looking for their first win of the season, but Hastings High beat Adams Central last year in boys play. I remember that game, 49-48.
Yeah.
I think the Tigers hit a late shot to win the game last year. And then the Adams Central girls, they beat Hastings High 50-42. Hastings High picking up a win earlier this week over North Platte, so they won a couple of games now. I think both of those games will be very entertaining, so if you're looking for some entertainment tonight, come on out.
Where's it at tonight?
Tiger Gym, Jungle.
The Jungle.
6 o'clock starting time for the girls, 7:30 for the boys. Pre-game show here on Extreme Sports will be at 5:40 this afternoon. If that's not to your liking, across town at the Chapman Gym, Sandy Creek is going to play Hastings St. Cecilia. Great matchup on the girls' side there.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy Creek has lost only one game all season long. We had their head coach on yesterday. Of course, St. Cecilia having a fine year as well. I think they've only lost one game as well. Coming up with their win in the Kearney Catholic Holiday Basketball Tournament to wrap up 2025. So both of these teams are playing well. Sandy Creek and St. Cecilia in girls play tonight. Again, girls game at 6, so the boys to follow at 7:30 at the Chapman Gym. So
they planted a flag at half court last year?
What do you mean?
According to the comment section. And they planted a flag at half court. I'll bring my AC flag for tonight. Wink. So apparently, last year, Hastings High planted a flag.
I think they did.
On the AC court.
I think they did. That was a big ruckus.
Yep.
At the end I think they did. Thanks for sharing that with me and jarring my memory bank, so to speak.
Well, I got to wake you up a little this morning.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I feel pretty good. It's going to be later in the day.
Yeah.
If I don't get my
your
nap
2 o'clock drag is gonna drag
on.
Yep.
Because I told you yesterday I didn't get a good night's sleep the night before either.
Right.
And I couldn't get to sleep on the bus last night. You can't sleep.
And you don't drink coffee either.
No, I don't.
That blows my mind. You're probably operating on 3.5 hours of sleep with no coffee?
If that. I got to bed about 1:30.
You're a machine. You're not actually human. You're not made of like normal material.
My alarm went off at 4. And I really didn't. I didn't sleep on the bus, which I thought I was going to have a chance to maybe get a couple of winks in on the bus. You can't sleep in a bus.
No.
You can't sleep in a bus bouncing down the road. You act like you're sleeping. Your eyes are shut. But you still hear everything that's going on. God, that's a miserable trip. Miserable trip.
Right. Again, rather than why do we have to go, why are they in our conference?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That's
Apparently, the Hastings High principal chased down the students to midcourt outside the door. So, yeah, there was a flag planting incident last year.
I can hardly wait for tonight. Anyway, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. It's 7:30.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We'll start locally, where law enforcement executed a search warrant at a Hastings resident yesterday morning as part of an ongoing criminal investigation into possible crimes against children, this according to the Nebraska State Patrol. The State Patrol's Technical Crimes Division led the operation with assistance from Homeland Security investigators, though Hastings police were not involved. No arrests were made, and the probe remains active. Meanwhile, at the state capitol, the Nebraska legislature is back in session, kicking things off Wednesday with opening ceremonies and new bill introduction. Lawmakers also moved quickly to schedule a hearing on whether to expel Senator Dan McKean of Amherst. The hearing is set for January 12th. McKean is accused of inappropriate conduct toward a legislative staffer at a party last spring. An independent investigation found his behavior violated workplace policy, though it did not meet the legal standard for sexual harassment. McKean continues to deny the allegations. Results are in for the Tri-City Food Fight, the canned food drive competition involving the Hastings Museum, the Stir Museum, and the Kearney Archway. Hastings Museum had a dominating win. 1,311 pounds of food donated through the drive. Thank you. Beats the Stir Museum's 857 pounds. Kearney Archway coming in with 155 pounds. Hastings' donation is more than double the 620 pounds given last year. And check those tickets if you got your pick 5 at the Discount City Get and Split in Hastings. The Nebraska Lottery confirming that a $270,000 jackpot winning ticket was sold Tuesday at Discount City on 819 East South Street here in H-Town. Someone's getting rich. 7:32, we'll spin things back over to you. Mike Will, what's going down in sports?
Well, the Nebraska women's basketball team will play host to Indiana tonight. Huskers are 13-2 in the season, 2-2 in the conference. After Sunday's 78-62 win over Purdue, the Hoosiers have lost 3 games in a row. They're 11-5, they're 0-4 in the conference. After dropping an 82-67 decision to Maryland, tip-off for the game tonight will be at 7 on Big Ten Plus. We'll get some comments from Husker head coach Amy Williams coming up here shortly on Huddle Up. The Nebraska men, they will play Indiana on Saturday. Huskers are 15-0 in the season. Tip-off for their game will be at 11. Hastings College women's basketball team forced 36 turnovers in their 114-64 rout of Waldorf yesterday in Forest City, Iowa. The Broncos shot 46% from the field and nailed 15 three-pointers. Addison Benaric came off of the bench to score a career-high 26 points with 6 threes, 5 rebounds, and 3 steals. Bailey Kissinger ended up with 25 points, 6 steals, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Hastings is now 11-5 on the season. They're 7-3 in the conference. Hastings College men's basketball team won their second straight conference game with a 91-80 win over Waldorf. The Broncos trailed 44-39 at halftime, but then outscored the Warriors 52-36 in the second half. Hastings hit 62% of their field goals in the game, including 8 three-pointers. Waldorf connected on only 45% of their shots with 11 three-pointers. Deron Hall led the way with 20 points, with 16 coming after intermission. Maverick Binder and Cameron Caraggio had 14 points apiece. Ben Boudreau had 13. Miles Simon had 11. Hastings is now 4-13. They are 3-6 in the conference. Both teams will play host to Morningside on Saturday. High school basketball action tonight. Adams Central plays at Hastings High. Last year, Hastings High won the boys' game 49-48. Adams Central won the girls' game 50-42. The girls' game tonight gets underway at 6 with the boys to follow at 7:30. We'll have the action on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame at about 5:40 this afternoon. Other action tonight, Sandy Creek will play at St. Cecilia beginning at 6. That's a check on your sports headlines at 7:35 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
On this Thursday, rain spreads in from the south through the morning hours and sticks around periodically through the afternoon and evening, with some light snow mixing in through the evening hours. Overall, no snow accumulations. Rain could be about a quarter inch or more, especially in south central Nebraska down to Kansas. 25 is the overnight low tonight after 40 on Thursday, 39 and mostly cloudy Friday, 38 and mostly sunny Saturday, and 40s and 50s next week.
Right now, as you wake up, get going, we've got north winds at 3, mostly cloudy, and it's 34 in Hastings at Extreme.
Hi guys, this is Justin Consrick with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. Just want to talk to you about how we do things. I talk to farmers every day. A lot of guys just want a simple, honest way to sell equipment. That's why I work with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. We know the equipment, we know the buyers. We run real auctions with no buyer's fees, which brings in more bidders and stronger results. From one machine to the full lineup, we handle marketing, the details, the sales start to finish. We're just real people with real auctions, real results. If you're thinking about auctioning equipment, reach out and give me a call at 308-991-5429.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at Hamilton is Business.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you. Restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Welch, Tyson and Bronick with you. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Thursday. Again, thanks for joining us, whether you're listening to us on our website at x-streamsports.com, maybe on your smartphone with your free mobile app, your smart speaker, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're listening to us. Thanks for joining us here on this day. So it sounds like we got some snowy weather moving in. I saw snow yesterday. Got up to where the hell I was, Forest City, Iowa. They had snow up there. They had snow on the ground.
That's a 4-letter word that we don't like to use on this show.
I don't care if we
listen, we use some 4-letter words on this show from time to time, but that's one that I would prefer you just keep in your mouth.
Yeah, we don't want snow. Here it is already, January the 8th.
God, and we were in shorts yesterday.
I know, that was beautiful. Set some records yesterday.
Gorgeous day yesterday.
Anyway, Nebraska basketball tonight. The women will play the Indiana Hoosiers at PBA. Huskers are sitting at 13-2 in the season. They're 2-2 in the conference. Amy Williams was before us yesterday, and she says her team needs to do a better job of rebounding the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just a combination of things. I mean, we're playing against some really talented and aggressive post players that have relentless pursuit of kind of second chances and guards as well that are getting involved in rebounding. But I think sometimes the rebounding issues are not always just rebounding issues, but more we're giving up kind of defensive, we're giving up penetration, then we rotate to help. Now we're out of position for rebounding. And so I think it's kind of a bunch of things combined, and it's an ability to keep the ball in front of you problem more than it is rebounding at times.
Amy also talked about the Big Ten Conference yesterday and just how tough it is this year.
I mean, this is my 10th season at Nebraska and coaching in the Big Ten Conference, and every year, we talk about, man, it's a gauntlet, it's so competitive, but I thought it was really kind of just absolutely crazy to think that 12 out of 18 teams went to the NCAA tournament a year ago, and now this year they've got 14 projected in early projections. When 14 out of 18 teams in this league are capable of playing in the NCAA tournament, or there's a lot of ranked opponents, but there are teams that are not in the top 25 right now that could make a incredibly strong case for being in the top 25, and I just feel like it just is so competitive just up and down the league that every single night you got to be ready, and it's crazier than it's ever been.
Again, Nebraska playing Indiana tonight, and Coach Williams says that the Hoosiers will be tough.
It's been a minute since we beat Indiana, and so it's something that we really are aware of and alert to, how aggressive they play. Just, they're very handsy defensively. They get after you. They don't make anything easy on that side of the ball. But then you start 4 kids that shoot over 40% from the 3-point line. And the last time they came into Pinnacle Bank Arena, I think we gave up 7 or 8 threes in the first quarter of that ball game or something. So it's really a dangerous team who's really hungry. I think that they have, their starting post player, for the first half of, all of non-conference play and back into the lineup. She played against Maryland in their last ball game, and I think she changes them. She was averaging nearly a double-double before she missed 8 games, and I think that kind of derailed some things for a second. They got used to it, and they played their very best basketball game in their last game against Maryland on the road. So we have a ton of respect for how this team is improving and what they're doing, and we know it's going to be a battle.
Yeah, the last time Indiana played at PBA was in 2024, blew the Huskers out. So that's what Amy was referring to. Anyway, Amy says the Huskers will have to play well defensively in the ball game tonight to stay in this thing.
We're trying to implement a few things here in practice just to kind of make us aware of all of their 3-point threats, but they're really, really dangerous because they're multi-level players. And a Nevaeh Caffey, who is 50% 3-point shooter, but she also is dangerous going right or left off the dribble and can really create paint touches as well. So we're going to have to do both. I mean, in this league, you've got to be able to guard the 3-point line and keep the ball in front of you. And if you want to win, you just got to find a way.
Of course, for the Huskers, Brent Prince continues to have a great season for the Huskers. And Amy says that Brett is showing up a lot on the opponent's scouting report.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best thing about that is that she is very unselfish and finds ways to really pour into confidence into her teammates, and the way that she believes that they can all help contribute to putting points on the board for our team is really beneficial for us. But I think that what we're seeing is the more that she can be able to kind of rebound down and initiate offense and play with pace and do things like that, the more aggressive she can remain with looking to create for her own self, which just generally is going to open up really good looks for the rest of our team.
All right, so the Nebraska women in action tonight against Indiana at PBA. Tip-off will be at 7. Huskers currently 13-2 on the season, and again 2-2 in conference play. So big ball game tonight with the Indiana Hoosiers. PBA, 7 o'clock starting time.
There we go.
Is it Big Ten Plus, or they just refer to that as Big Plus?
Big Ten Plus.
So Big Ten Plus.
If you're a Big Ten Plus subscriber,
you can see the game tonight.
You can see the game.
All right. So that's what's going on. The Nebraska men, they'll be off until Saturday when they play at Indiana. Huskers are 15-0 in the season.
What are we watching tonight, Husker Nation? Are we watching Nebraska women versus Indiana, or is the majority of Husker Nation more concerned about the college football playoff? What are we watching tonight?
Well, that might be a tough choice if I was home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be watching Adams Central Hastings High.
You got prep hoops
at the Jungle. Yeah. So what are you watching tonight? Nebraska women or the college football playoff? Maybe switch back and forth, remote in hand tonight?
Oh, I'm working at the brewery, so it's going to have to settle on one or the other.
Oh, you don't have time to...
I don't have time to sit there and dink around with the remote. So we're going to set it and forget it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens tonight. Miami and Ole Miss in the college football playoff tonight. Fiesta Bowl in Glendale, Arizona.
6:30 kick.
6:30 kick on ESPN. So that's what's going on there. All right, 7:47. Waking up with Mike and Tyson. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. People chiming in. We talked in the first half hour of the show about the big rivalry game tonight.
Right.
Adams Central, Hastings High, talking about fans and student reactions to the ball game last year.
We also talked about Raiola possibly coming back to Nebraska, a path forward.
Everybody that's chimed in on that topic says, no, we don't want him back.
Why?
Yeah, why not? He can be a third-string quarterback.
He could compete for the job just like everybody else.
TJ Lateef.
Got to think with an improved offensive line. We still need to get him some weapons. We need to get a running back. We're losing that to the draft.
I don't know.
I like Quentin Ives, but
our running back room is shaping up all right.
I'd like to add another runner in that room before the end of the window.
I still think we have a lot of holes to fill.
I do too.
On the defensive line, offensive line.
Yep.
So if we got some bucks, go out and search for a couple of more big old dudes like we signed in the last couple of days.
Bucks with black shirts ready.
God, we signed 650 pounds of meat up there over the weekend. You got to think there's one or two more offensive linemen that we could pull in. Just return to the days back in the 90s where we just lined up and just ran over people like a snowplow.
Yeah.
It's been years since we've done that. Just line up and just blow them off the line of scrimmage.
Well,
run the damn ball.
NCAA also outlawed steroids back in the mid-90s too, so that was a big part of it.
We need big boys like that, though.
We need to break some rules. Let's reintroduce the steroid era.
I'm trying to find my run the damn ball. Oh, here it is.
Run the damn ball.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
There it is.
Is run the damn ball. So, all right, 7:49. What else is on your plate this morning?
I'm riding around with the spare key action. So
Spare key?
Yeah, I had an incident yesterday. Like my key fob for my car. It just wore out. No, not the battery, but like the entire thing. It's like cheap plastic.
Yeah.
And I went to insert it in the car, and the whole fob just like
fell apart,
crumbled. So I had no key and no way to like turn on my car, but I had got it into the starter before it crumpled. So then I had to get some electrical tape and put the handle back on just so I could crank it off. So then I walked home and grabbed my spare key.
Your spare fob?
And started it up just fine. But
there's a key in the fob.
It doesn't exist.
You don't have a key in your fob?
There's no way to crank it. It's just a little pin.
Oh.
So you need the fob to crank it.
Oh, yeah,
It's got the little button, the little key, the little device comes out.
So what are you going to do?
But that's all it is. Well, I've got my spare set, so I'm fine.
You better go get you another spare then.
Probably run down to Grace's and have them put it back together.
Yeah, or buy a new one.
That's the only one I know. Is there any other locksmith?
No, Grace's probably.
That's it, right?
Yeah, sell them some advertising while you're there.
There you go. Can we just do a trade?
Yeah.
Free fob for some free plugs?
I just have a fob for my vehicle. So if
you
I
got
have
one of those new fancy vehicles.
Yeah, that you just push the button as long as your fob is in.
I don't have a button.
Yeah, but then your battery in your fob runs down.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do?
You put a battery in it.
I know, but if you're on the road in Forest City, Iowa,
right,
and your key fob goes dead.
Oh, Jesus.
I've thought of that.
That would be your luck.
Well, I thought of that several times. What do I do?
So do you take your spare with you?
Yes, I do.
Nice.
It's always in my bag.
That's smart.
So as long as my bag is in my vehicle, it's good enough. I don't have to have it out. If it's in my bag, that's close enough.
I would have never thought of that harrowing experience until you just brought that up.
Well, when you're on the road for 4, 5, 6 hours at a time, you think of crap like that.
Or if you're at a softball tournament in Fremont and you're getting rained out, and your weekend is already turning in way longer than you had originally anticipated, and then your fob breaks.
Yeah, then what do you do?
Oh, that would have pissed me off.
At least if you were in Fremont, you could go down and get a new fob. But in some of these places I go to...
You're in Forest City. They don't even have hotels.
No, and you can't walk there because you can't start your car, so you can't drive to get you a new key fob, so you're going to have to walk. Yeah, so I just keep my spare fob with me.
That's smart.
At all times. That's one of the smarter things I've done in my career. Take the spare key fob. Anyway, waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning. It's a 7:53 on Huddle Up.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We'll start first at the state capitol, where the Nebraska legislature is back in session, kicking things off yesterday with opening ceremonies and new bill introduction. Lawmakers also moved quickly to schedule a hearing on whether to expel Senator Dan McKean of Amherst. The hearing is set for January 12th. McKean is accused of inappropriate conduct toward a legislative staffer at a party last spring. An independent investigation found his behavior violated workplace policy, though it did not meet the legal standard for sexual harassment. McKean continues to deny the allegations. Meanwhile, in Hastings, law enforcement executed a search warrant at a residence yesterday morning as part of an ongoing criminal investigation into possible crimes against children, this according to the Nebraska State Patrol. The State Patrol's Tech Crimes Division led the operation with assistance from Homeland Security investigations, though Hastings police were not involved. No arrests were made, and the probe remains active. Meanwhile, results are in for the Tri-City Food Fight as the canned food drive competition involving the Hastings Museum, Stir Museum, and Kearney Archway showed Hastings Museum a giant winner. Hastings Museum collecting 1,311 pounds. That's right. Go us. Stir Museum coming in second with 857, followed by Kearney Archway with 155. The Hastings donation more than double from their 620 pounds that were given last year. And check those tickets if you've got a Pick 5 jackpot ticket Tuesday at the Discount City Gettin' Split. You have $270,000. $270,000 ticket, according to the Nebraska Lottery, was sold Tuesday at the Discount City Gettin' Split on 819 East South Street. So check those tickets and donate to your friends accordingly. 7:55. Let's head over to the Eastside Studios. Mike, what's going on in sports?
Well, as we mentioned, the Nebraska women's basketball team will play host to Indiana tonight. Tip-off will be at 7 at PBA. The Nebraska men will play at Iowa, actually at Indiana on Saturday. Tip-off for the game on Saturday will be at 11. Hastings College women's basketball team, they forced 36 turnovers yesterday and routed the Waldorf Warriors 114-64. Hastings is now 11-5 in the season, 7-3 in the conference. Hastings College men won their second straight conference game. They beat Waldorf 91-80. So the Broncos are now 4-13. They're 3-6 in the conference. Both teams will play host to Morningside on Saturday. High school basketball action tonight. Adams Central plays at Hastings High. Girls game at 6. The boys will follow at 7:30. We'll have the games here on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame at about 5:40 this afternoon. Other action tonight, Sandy Creek will play at Hastings St. Cecilia beginning at 6. And the college football playoff semifinals will be held tonight. Miami will play Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl in Glendale, Arizona. Then the other semifinal game tomorrow night, Oregon will play Indiana in Atlanta. Two winners will play for the national championship on Monday, January the 19th in Miami. That's a check on your sports headlines at 7:57 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
On this Thursday, rain spreads in from the south through the morning hours and sticks around periodically through the afternoon and evening, with some light snow mixing in through the evening hours. Overall, no snow accumulations. Rain could be about a quarter inch or more, especially in south central Nebraska down to Kansas. 25 is the overnight low tonight after 40 on Thursday, 39 and mostly cloudy Friday, 38 and mostly sunny Saturday, and 40s and 50s next week.
As you wake up, get going this morning. North winds at 3. We've got cloudy skies, and it's 34 in Hastings at Extremes.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Hey, this is Mick from Miletta Vista Winery in St. Paul. Just a reminder, winter hours will be Saturdays, 11:30 to 9, January through February. That's just one day a week. But come in for lunch. Homemade soup specials on Saturdays. Stick around for the evening meals that start at 5. And while you're at it, stock up on your favorite wines. Workhorse, Elephant Ear, Steuben Tiger, and more are available at Miletta Vista and wherever great Nebraska wines are sold. Miletta Vista Winery. Good wine, good food, no snow boots required, but we won't judge.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson Urvanik here. Huddle up, Extreme Sports for a Thursday. Let me tell you about the accommodations I had yesterday.
Okay.
got up to Waldorf, came into the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Guy was waiting for me right at the gate. So, you're so-and-so, I'm so-and-so. Great, congratulations. Thanks. I hope you had a nice trip. Yep, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you where you'll be sitting. He sends me up this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
He says, you'll be in the crow's nest. I said, really? How do I get up there?
Ladder?
Yep.
Shut up.
Yeah, it was a ladder straight up about 15 feet on this aluminum ladder.
And you've got 100 pounds of equipment behind you.
Yeah, I travel usually with 4 bags, including my big equipment bag that weighs about 45 pounds probably.
Jesus.
I said, I'm up there.
Mm-hmm.
He said, yeah, it'll be nice once you get up there. And it was. Once I got up there, it was all right. You ever tried climbing up an aluminum ladder 15 feet with all this equipment that I carry? That was the fun part. The next fun part was getting back down.
Oh, without a doubt.
God. I just shake my head sometimes when I go to some of these facilities.
A ladder. At a college
Come on.
basketball arena.
Come on.
A ladder.
I've been to high school gyms and
Well,
it was nice.
listen, I saw your accommodations for football there.
Oh, it was very similar to that.
I've had better press boxes for high school games.
Yeah. I was climbing the ladder.
I've had worse press boxes for high school games, but I've had way better ones.
I put Waldorf probably in the conference at the bottom.
For accommodations?
Yeah, for accommodations.
The very bottom.
Good thing I only have to go there once a year.
And you're back.
Yeah, I hope they don't somehow sneak into the... You know what would really suck?
Oh, yeah.
You know what would
GPAC?
really suck? The GPAC postseason tournament.
Well, we'd host.
It's still early.
They'd sneak in, but we would
Yeah.
host.
God. Make them come down here.
Right.
We had to do that when Jamestown was in the conference. We played them late one year, and then we got matched up in the postseason tournament. We had to go to Jamestown. So we went to Jamestown twice in about 10 days. That sucked.
That's brutal.
I was thinking on the way home, there's no way that Waldorf is going to make it into the postseason so we can eliminate them out of here. Won't have to drive up there again until next fall. God, twice next year.
So you're a Hastings College supporter and whoever's playing Waldorf.
Yeah, I am. So that puts our...
Glad you're back, though.
Yeah, it puts our wraps on Forest City, Iowa.
That's your big road trip for the winter.
Yeah, the longest one is now out of the way.
That's done and out of the way.
Still got Dakota Wesleyan coming up. That's about...
Mitchell?
Yeah, Mitchell. About 5.5 hours. In the dead set of winter, like in February, we go up there.
Right.
And you know what that means. Could be a blinding blizzard or something.
More chilly.
Hey, one day at a time. One day at a time, my man. We got high school basketball coming up tonight. Adams Central, Hastings High from the Jungle. 6 o'clock for the girls' game. 7:30 for the boys. We'll have the action here on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame show at about 5:40 or so.
Right back to work.
And then tomorrow
no
night...
rest for the wicked.
Yep, tomorrow night we'll have Lawrence Nelson.
Okay.
And Hastings St. Cecilia. New team on the schedule for the Hawkettes and the Blue Hawks. They'll play at the Chapman Gym tomorrow night beginning at 6. We'll have the action then.
That'll be weird.
And then Saturday we'll have Morningside Hastings. So plenty of basketball coming your way this week. It all gets underway with Adams Central and Hastings High. If you're planning on going to the game, get there early. Yeah, Hastings
will be a zoo.
Well, they got a lot of seats there at Hastings High. Normally we don't jam the place, but you never know. A lot of seats, but get there early for the...
Are you on floor tonight?
Yeah, Tracy usually takes care of me. I'm on the floor. on the floor.
Well, say hi to Rick for me.
I will. He'll sit right beside
Voice
me.
of the Tigers.
Yep, he'll sit there right beside me. So, anyway, tomorrow we'll have the Blazing Five for you, 7:30. Well, the Blazing Five, we'll get our picks together and see what we can come up with. If you'd like to listen to the show again, comments from Husker head coach Amy Williams and our batter in the first half of the show, you can download the podcast and listen to it at your convenience today. Otherwise, make plans to be here again tomorrow morning at 7 for Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on X.